Hey, you guys. So, it's me, Kiana, coming at you today, and I am coming at you. As you saw in the title, we're going to be talking about stress eating or emotional eating. Okay, so as you all know, because you guys are basically subscribers of both of my channels, whether it's the one that you're looking at now, which is Big Cuz Sleeve, or my primary channel, which is Big Cuz 52. Um, yeah, so basically you already know what went on, you already know what's going on. um yeah, so that for someone like me would be, as we all know, a trigger that would trigger all kinds of gorging and uh, indulging, or overindulging at that, I should say. So I wanted to talk to you guys about how I was able to handle it, if I was able to handle it, and give you the real facts. So, um, yeah. So that's what this video is going to be about. I emphasize the word overindulging because I am one that may be different from you. I am one that cannot have one of something I like, two of something I like, even three sometimes of something I like. I basically don't know how to properly limit myself. And that's from years and years of damage, whether that's psychological damage as far as my mindset, whether that's physical damage as far as now my fat cells even crave these items. Um, that's from years of that kind of damage, okay, on all different kinds of levels. And again, normally what happens is if you're experiencing pain, hurt, anguish, confusion, sadness, bitterness, sometimes even happiness, it triggers us to instantly go to food. Example, when someone graduates from school or someone gets a promotion, we automatically are programmed to say, let's go out and celebrate and eat. We're not programmed to say, wow, let's go dancing. That's not our automatic programming. Our programming is often affiliated with celebrations, food. Another example, that would be the other spectrum. When someone dies, you often have a what they call a bereavement at the end of the funeral. And that's when you all gather and talk, but you also all eat. Well, that's the other spectrum, which is automatically when we're in pain, anguish, a state of confusion, sadness, in the midst of us mourning, we're also going to eat. And that's just an automatic thing. In fact, it's so automatic. If you don't believe that scenario, whenever we go to a funeral and a person don't have a bereavement, don't we consider that strange? Especially in the African American community, we look at that as like, what, they didn't have no more insurance money to pay for some food, or all y'all had to do was tell us to bring a dish of peace. That's how we look at it, because it's an automatic thing. So I'm just using one spectrum, which is the celebration of something great or greatness, and then also the anguish and sadness of a death. It still triggers food, and we have it in our mindset, food, as far as to make us feel better or to celebrate, and like basically as like a cheering squad or something like that. So I'm using those examples of, it's so many different things that we as a society are programmed to have it attached to food. So what we need to do is, and this is the hard part, hold on. The hard part is trying to change those years of damage, those years and years and years of that kind of mindset, which of course doesn't happen overnight, because after all, you've been doing this since you were able to even think for yourself. Since we were little kids, we automatically, if we came home with a great report card, sometimes our parents would say, "Well, I'm going to fix you your favorite dinner tonight, Johnny." You understand what I'm saying? So those things are automatically programmed into us unconsciously. So when you're dealing with the unconscious mindset, it's extremely hard to try to change. Why? Because it's almost like the invisible elephant in a room. It's huge. We know it's there, but we can't see it, so we can't put our hands on it to actually pull it out of the room. But we know it's there. And it's so big, it's so impactful in our life. But to actually grab it and to actually remove it from the room, we can't grasp it. We can't put our hands on it. Why? Because it's invisible. So what we need to do is to try to change that mindset. Those many, many years, and in my case, almost 40 years of damage. Again, won't take overnight. But what we can do is every day make steps towards it. Now, after all of that being said, how did I actually handle having stressful moments? Having a time of my heart was broken. Having a time of feeling hurt, feeling somewhat alone, and feeling somewhat abandoned. Having a moment. Some moments stretch into minutes, some minutes stretch into hours, some hours stretch into days. But I thank God for restoration because mine did not. So, how did I handle those moments I had? Well, I won't get on here and lie and tell you I did not eat anything that I shouldn't have eaten. As you all know, I am low carb. I stay away from all the white stuff. That goes for sugar, flour, anything breaded. That goes for breads. That goes for potatoes. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Potatoes, right? Yeah, y'all know that's my issue. So, that goes for all of that. So, did I stay away from all of those things? Drum roll. No. I didn't stay away from all of those things. But you may ask, why am I smiling despite? Why am I smiling even though I just now admitted to you guys that during my stressful moments that I had, during the hurt that I made was occurring at the time, why am I smiling even though I just told you that I did not stick it out? That I wasn't able to fight that obese demon and conquer it and win the battle just that day. Why am I able to smile? Because it took a lot of me to not overindulge. Almost as much as not indulging. It almost takes more effort to not overindulge than indulging because it's quite easy. Once you get through the mental issues or the mental state, once you get through that, it's a little bit easy once you get through that to avoid food as far as just not eat it at all. But it's almost harder to eat a little bit of it and then stop. People out there that are overweight, people out there that has battled what I battle, people out there that have been a fat kid and turned to a fat adult, people out there that have had a weight struggle most of their lives, people out there that haven't had it most of their lives and just maybe gained weight with having children and things like that. You all understand what I'm saying right now. So I indulged. Yeah, I had some things that I maybe shouldn't have had, or should I say, some things that I normally wouldn't eat for the past almost 30 days. But guess what? I didn't overindulge. I ate the serving that it said. I ate that serving, which was huge for me. That was huge for me, you guys. Because whenever we're talking about carbs, and as you all know, I am a carb junkie. So when we're talking about carbs, you guys, there is no limit for me. There is no one per serving. There is no stop now. There is no, oh, I'm satisfied. It just goes and goes and goes until I don't want any more, which is always, and I repeat, always an unhealthy, unnormal, not recommended size portion. So for me to indulge and to not had overindulged, to put my hand in the jar and not get 5 but get 1 was a huge step for me. Now, the next step would be to not indulge at all. When those moments hit me, when those feelings and emotions hit me, to not indulge at all. That's when I've arrived. I haven't arrived yet, but I do honor, I do respect, I do acknowledge the fact that I still made progress. And see, whenever we're battling something like this, we still have to not only understand, but we still have to applaud the process and the progress or the progression. We still have to do that. That's very important. Why? Because those are little milestones. And those little milestones become into, they grow into big, big mountains that we've overcome, that we've been able to walk over. We've been able to walk around. We've been able to conquer it. So I am honoring my milestone. And even though I've indulged here and indulged there, I didn't overindulge. Now, that doesn't mean that every day I need to say, well, as long as I didn't overindulge, I'm good. No. Need to get right back on it. Start being stricter on myself. Start being a little bit more focused. And learn from it. Let that milestone that I overcame, let that be a lesson for the next time I'm feeling and I'm having emotion. And guess what? Let myself feel. Whether people understand or respect it or recognize it, I'm changing my life. I'm not using food to smother my feelings. I'm not using food to mask my feelings. I'm feeling. I'm feeling. And if people around me don't understand that, don't get that, if people around me want to judge me because of that, if people around me want to, you know, use those things against me, then so be it. But I will not let those things nor people allow me to slowly kill myself and continue to kill myself. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. I'm worth more than that. And I'm going to be more than that. And I'm going to continue to honor those milestones. And one day, I know that that milestone will turn into that mountain that I've overcame. So on that note, you guys, I just wanted to express that to you. I love you all so much. I thank you all for supporting me, whether that's on the other channel, Big Cuz 52, whether it's on this channel, Big Cuz Sleeve, or whether it's just in life in general on both channels. I appreciate you. I honor you, because the best way to honor my blessings is to honor the source of them. So I thank God for allowing you to enter my life and to encourage me and uplift me when I needed it. And on that note, you guys, I love you all so much. Be blessed.